Welcome everybody to a new video. This is actually many moons after I've installed the engine. I just had a ton of footage and the quality wasn't up to par with what I wanted to put up on the channel. So I'll put up some like overlays and pictures and things like that. I might even make a cool intro for this video with the engine going in, but with it already being in the car, I thought I would just jump ahead. We had a lot of setbacks during the install process. In terms of making things fit properly, lots of things were leaking. I had an oil leak, I had multiple coolant leaks, we had a fuel leak, so all that stuff I just took care of it, and that involved changing a ton of gaskets, whether they be on the injectors themselves or around the O-rings for the water coolant pipe and all that other stuff. So having taken care of all of that, we're at the step where the timing needs to be set. I know that the timing is off for this car because sometimes, thank you plane. One of my friends actually calls those ghetto birds because they fly over ghetto neighborhoods apparently. I don't live in the ghetto though, thankfully. Otherwise this car would probably be stolen by now. Anyway, we're gonna be setting the timing on the car today. What is going on? We're going to be setting the timing on the car today and handling all of the ignition timing and setting the idle and things like that. I know all of it is off because, well, I've tried setting it prior to making this video. I actually had a really junk timing light from Harbor Freight. Don't buy that one. I picked up a much more expensive one, which we're going to find out if it works well today. I'm hoping to set all of that and get the car running properly so I can break it in and get the transmission leak checked out. The new transmission that I rebuilt with all the cool gears and everything is actually leaking. I told the guy about it. He's a really cool guy, gave me a ton of advice, and once this is all up and running, he's going to be checking it out at his shop. So let's get on with the timing. So this is the new timing light. It's the Innova. This guy runs around 120 bucks, I believe, but it's got all these cool gizmos and gadgets on it. It is digital. All it requires is really attaching the leads to the battery. This guy goes over the spark plug wire for cylinder 1. Really simple on this car. So we're going to be attaching the battery, and right here, that's spark plug wire number 1. Another thing to note for this car, this guy, I have a Zenki model. It's a 1985 GTS. I have a little wire that I'm going to connect to these two leads. Basically, I'm going to short it. And when I do that, when I short that little wire right there, it puts the car into diagnostic mode. So in diagnostic mode, the engine should be at 10 degrees when I'm timing it. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Once I take it off of diagnostic mode, it should be running around 16 to 17 degrees. Might be a little more because my engine is fully built with some Tomei Pon cams and a bunch of other stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so getting into the bucket seats is always interesting. So let's see if the car turns on. Put the clutch in, the neutral. Oh, got a new shift knob as well. It's from JSP Fab. Really cool Galaxy. Anyway, lots of digressing today. Come on. Oh, it's actually not bad. I expected a lot worse. Starts right up. Although this is a cold start, that is still a fairly high RPM for a cold start. I think the car is supposed to be around 2, so it's a little over. So the procedure for this, let me close the door. So, Jesus, it's loud. So the procedure for this is going to be waiting for the car to warm up. Once the temperature gets up to the middle range, once that's warmed up, I'm going to shut the car off. Short that fuse that I showed you guys, connect the timing light, and then we can start setting the timing once the car's up to temperature. It's definitely idling way too high, but the car is up to temp. Don't mind the dirty everything. This car is covered in dust, but it's up to temp, so I'm going to shut it off. And we are going to put the car into diagnostic mode. So I've just got this basic wire here that I'm going to use to short this right here. And this is what it looks like. Not the most elegant solution, but it works. And the way we can confirm that we're in diagnostic mode is when we go to the dash. Here we just put the car into accessory. And the check engine light should blink once. There we go. So we got one blink. There we go. Cool. If that blinks more than once, then you have some code stored in your car. These guys are old school, so they're OBD1 systems. If that blinks multiple times, you just have to check the number of blinks with what code it's throwing, and you get an idea of what's wrong with your car. Okay, so we've got the timing light hooked up, red to red, black to black, on cylinder 1. And cool thing is this one's actually reading that we have 12.7 volts, which is great. Brand new battery, should be reading 12.7. So we're good on that front. Now, let's figure out how to use this bad boy. We're at 0 degrees, that's showing our RPM. Okay, so this is going to show rotations per minute. This is going to show degree advanced. The car's off right now, so it's not reading anything. I'm going to turn the car on and we'll read what this guy has to say. So this thing is actually really sweet. We're seeing an exact RPM reading. So we're at 1270, 1260, 1250, oscillating quite a bit. But that is definitely too high. Okay, I'm going to set this to 10 so I can read 0 down here. So let me see if I can show you guys. See that little white mark right there? That's exactly at the 0 mark. It's hopping around just a bit, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. And we're advanced at 10 degrees here, which means when that's showing 0, we're actually at 10 degrees. Now, theoretically, if I reduce this to 0, we should be seeing 10 over here. And are we seeing 10? We are. We're right on the 10 degree mark. I don't know if you guys can see that. See that white mark? Floating at the 10. So we have the timing set correctly. If your car was off with this, you would just unbolt the 2 distributor bolts right here. Well, not unbolt them, loosen them. And then that thing actually rotates back and forth. So I think the issue I have right now is with my idle itself. The idle is sporadically changing. We are in... Yeah, I don't know why the idle's changing so much. That might be another issue, actually. Not sure what's going on there. So I'm going to take the car off of diagnostic mode and we should feel and see the RPMs rise. There we go. So the RPMs have actually risen. You can tell from the audio. We're at 1,000, about 1,000 RPM. Not bad. Technically we should be running okay. I don't know why the car was sounding like it was about to die before. Well, let's confirm the RPMs. We are at about 1,000. So I can technically lower the rotations per minute from this guy right here. So that screw, you just twist. And that sets your idle. I think if you go left, you'll figure it out. I think if you go left, it increases the idle. If you go right, it decreases the idle. Anyway, that's how you'd adjust the idle and the ignition timing. So hopefully if you guys are doing this to your car, this was a helpful video. So I think that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have a chance, check out Drift Merch, my new merchandise website. I'll have a link to that in the description box below, as well as the new timing light that I've picked up. Really cool piece of kit. Has a bunch of awesome features for keeping these guys up and running. You can view the RPMs and all that. So stay tuned. In the next video, I'm going to be installing the new exhaust that I have for this car. It's the Fujitsubo Legalis R, as well as the new catalytic converter. Should help with some of the smell and let the car breathe a little better, because I think that an old exhaust or cat is kind of clogged up and it's making the car kind of feel asthmatic. So with that out of the way, thank you guys for watching. Take care, stay healthy, happy holidays, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
A few moments later.
I miss being in this car. So nice. Got these new seats and all that jazz, and we haven't even driven the baby. My family members looking at me like I'm crazy, because I am. I'm in the car all alone, talking to myself. But actually, there's hundreds of you guys now. Thank you guys.